Hello, welcome. I am your physical therapist nurse today, and I'm going to be helping you by just taping up your foot to just ease with any pain, any structural issues that you might have, so just to ease your rehabilitation, okay? So I will just show you quickly what we're going to be doing, and I must say I love your tattoo. The green foot is very cool. So this is the overside of your foot, the top side of your foot, and we're going to be mainly working, I'm just gonna twist it here, mainly working on your underside, okay? So let's just get started. We'll see if we can do both feet today or if we're just gonna do one. That depends on how long it takes. So I have this medical grade tape here. It is a fabric tape that is springy, so it helps to support your foot just to make sure that everything is good for you, okay? And yeah, I think that's about it. Let's get started, shall we? Okay, good. So I'm just gonna start by making an anchoring piece on your foot. So we're just gonna try to find the edge here. It's always difficult to find the edges on tape. But there we have it. So we're gonna need a pretty long piece because we're going to be putting it all around your foot, and I think we might want to measure it. So I'm just gonna lift up your foot here, and I hope the angle isn't too awkward for you. We'll just turn it like this sideways so that it's a bit easier for me to work with. Okay. So we're just putting it all around, and then we're gonna go up on this side. So about there. Let's just put down your feet. I can't imagine that angle is very fun for you to hold, although it is good for you to hold your feet at an angle, and it's easier when you have something under it to support it, you know? So now that we have the anchor, we're just gonna make sure it's attached by just ever so gently folding down the edges on the top side as well as the bottom side, just like this. So the main portion of this will be on the underside. It's just this in the beginning, and we'll also have you do one in the end. That's on the bottom. Okay, so something like this should be good. Okay, so I'm just gonna turn your foot now, and we'll have this angle here so that you can look at it without any problems, okay? So starting from the heel here, we'll be doing one strip that goes down the middle, and this is a supporting strip for the underside of your foot, for like the lower side of your foot, yeah. So we'll be putting right about here, just one strip going all the way down like this. Okay, so you can have your foot back. I'll just put it down here, and I'll measure out another piece. Let's see, it should be maybe about this long, maybe a little bit more. We can always make it shorter. So we'll just this might be fabric tape, but I am quite strong and am able to rip it without any problem. So I'll just put it here on my fingers while we get your foot up, like so, and we will attach it to the bottom here. Oops, I accidentally dropped the piece of tape. But we're just applying it to the bottom here. Like so. And we want to make it quite firm while we stretch it up underneath your foot. Okay. Now we want to support the bottom by putting pieces of tape that go crosswise like this, all the way on the bottom side. So I'll be cutting those pieces first, I think, and we'll just put them up to the side so we can quite quickly put them on your foot, so you don't need to keep it elevated like this. So you can have your foot back once again, and we'll just put you back down like that. Okay. So now we want them to be overlapping just a little bit. So we'll start with a piece like that. And I'll just put it here on my wardrobe. Just let it hang. Maybe like that. Easier to grab. Yeah, I think that's good. So, yeah, dragons, huh? No, wait, not dragons, right? No. But what did happen? If you don't mind me small talking with you. Oh, okay. Yeah, that doesn't sound very fun. You should be more careful. You might hurt your feet. But yeah, kidding aside, yeah, it's very important to be careful when doing physical work like that. You don't want to get permanently injured. But this should be fine. The injury you have right now is quite mild, so to say. It will take some time just to sort of rehabilitate your body, but with time you'll be in no problem at all, so it's going to be just fine. I think maybe 2 more pieces should be enough for now. We'll see how far we get with those 2 pieces. Okay, and the final one. Maybe like that. Should be good, I think. Okay, so we'll put you to the side and we'll get your foot back up. Brace yourself. It's gonna be up for just a little while now. So there we go. So as I said, we will be putting them just crosswise like this, from the anchor to the support to the other side of the anchor. Okay, so we'll do that. Okay, so I'll take the smallest piece here. I think you should be just about enough, maybe. So we'll put you here down on the heel. Okay, so oops, not properly secure. We want to pull it a little bit tight, but not too tight. And we want to make sure we're overlapping the bottom here so that you're properly secure. Okay, let's take the next piece. And we want to also make sure that we're overlapping the edge here, maybe about 40%. And I'm just telling you this now so that when you're at home, maybe you've come out of the shower and you've noticed that the tape is starting to get loose, you can reapply yourself. This medical tape can be bought at most pharmacies or even most sports stores. It's quite a common therapy. item when it comes to accidents that sometimes happen when you're going through certain exercises. So we're just putting it here, maybe a little bit further down, just like that. Okay, like so. You see how I'm overlapping them just a little bit here, not the entire way, but just a little bit, so to say. So once again, we're gonna put it here. Oops. And as I said, we want it to be quite firm, but not like it's pulling on your skin or your feet, but just like it's giving you support, proper support. So that's important. Of course, you'll notice as you wear it whether it's too tight or not tight enough, and with time you'll just learn how it's going to feel less good for you. So in the beginning it can feel quite tight, but then you'll get used to it and you'll know how it's good for you. Okay, so we want to cover the entire foot as well, so it's going to take a bit of tape and a bit of time, but your health is worth it, is my motto in life. Am I in the mood for something not very healthy, perhaps? Then I'd say to myself, is my health worth it? And oftentimes, if it's a good cheeseburger, the answer is no. I'm gonna have the cheeseburger. But other times it's yes. So I'm gonna put down your foot once more. I'll just put you to the side so we can make some more pieces of tape here. And we'll need to make them a little bit longer because your foot is reaching the widest part of your foot, so to say. Okay? Maybe that's good enough. I'll just put you there. Okay. Let's see, maybe we want to put that was 6. So maybe 8. 8 more pieces. Then we're gonna go back over again with, oops, a little bit too far, with another piece of anchoring around your foot, just to make sure none of these pieces come off. Okay. So there we go. That's 3. And this makes 4. So are you watching any good movies or shows in the recent while? You have? Oh, I've seen that one too. I really liked it. Did you like it? You did? Well, that's good. Oh, you think it could? Yeah, I think it could have used more action as well. But not every movie can be a super action movie. Some movies, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Some movies just have to be a little bit more mellow. They can be good. But of course, it's like It's like with all good things. Sometimes airplanes just fly above you. You've never heard that expression before? Neither have I. I just made it up. I'm not sure what the meaning is, but maybe we can figure something out together. Sometimes airplanes fly above you. Maybe it means that you should be happy with what you have, because even though you're on the ground, some people are above you, and if you're always trying to be above someone else, you're gonna end up in space, and there's no air in space, so you can't breathe. So I think that's a good message. So we're just gonna turn your foot back again and continue working our way up, all the way up. Your foot here to support it. Yes. I'm gonna start with the shortest one. I think it's this one, because we're getting quite wide here, and we want to make sure it's fitting properly. Okay. Just like that. The next one is this one. So yes, be happy with what you have, so you don't end up suffocating in space. That is my wisdom to you for today. It might be strange, you came here to have your physiotherapy and you're leaving with non-existing words of wisdom from someone you don't know. And isn't that just magical, the way life sometimes happens in odd ways that you can't really explain it, but it is what it is kind of way, you know? Actually, I think this one might be too thin, so we'll go with this one that's a little bit wider, because now we're reaching the widest part of your foot here. So yeah, we're gonna need a wider piece just to cover it all. Actually, I think that one can go a little bit further down. Just so that we're covering the edge here properly, so you don't have it slide up in your shoes. And here as well. I'm having to redo them a little bit on the side here, just because of the angle of the foot right now. It's a little bit awkward to put the tape on, because it wants to go in a certain direction, but your foot is angled towards another. So another important thing to remember while doing this is to keep a neutral angle on your foot, so you don't accidentally put any odd strain on it. It seems that we are just about right with the amount of tape that I chose. I'll just do one more to cover the edge here. Like so. I'll just fold it over here stretch it out here. Okay, so now that we have the entire bottom of your foot covered, and we have the supporting band here in the middle, we can now put another anchor on the outside just to make sure all of these loose ends are properly tied down with a extra layer. So I'm just gonna get that long piece for you, and we'll put that on. Then we have one more piece that we want to put on you, and I want you to press your foot down quite rough to the ground as I put it on, just because we want it, whenever you're standing on your foot, it sort of flexes a bit, it becomes a bit wider. So we want it to be on its widest and not on its thinnest, which it would be if you have it in the air, because then it would hurt when, whoops, that one was almost too long. I hope this is enough for your foot. So I'll just put your foot over here because I need both my hands to work this piece of tape. And it seems I didn't quite make it long enough, so I'll have to redo it. So you can take your foot back. And let's see, this one was this long, so we need to make it maybe 1/3 longer. So I'll just roll this up. Okay. And we'll make it a bit longer this time. I think this was about the length we had. So let's make it even longer. You'd be surprised how wide a foot, or how long a foot, the circumference of a foot is. You wouldn't think it, but there we are. Let's see if this is enough. This time I was able to keep it all on one hand without any issues. Okay. Just putting it around here, and yes, it's going to be enough. So that's good. It's actually a little too long. So we'll just rip off this piece with my superhuman strength. My super nurse strength, maybe. Everybody knows nurses have to go through X-Men training just to become a nurse, so we have special powers. So yeah, once again, we're just gonna fold it on the underside, ever so slightly, ever so gently. Okay, and you can turn it back, and we'll do it on the overside. Okay. Now if you just, I'm gonna place your foot down, so if you just stomp down quite firmly, we'll just put another piece on top here. That should be enough. And this is just to be as a little bit more support on the top side, so we don't have all the pulling on the bottom side. We have a little bit of pulling on the top side. So this is what it looks like on the top side, so that you're aware of what it looks like, and the bottom side, and don't forget this piece here in the middle. So yes, apparently only one of your feet were damaged. We were unsure, but now we're sure. So yes, whenever this comes loose, just put it back on in the same fashion as I did. As I said, you can buy the tape in any pharmacy or sports store. It's going to be just okay. Make sure it's a bit rubbery, okay? So thank you so much for taking your time to take care of yourself, and I hope you have a speedy recovery, okay? It was lovely working on you.